for the lesson, men's kimono lesson, is going to be folding the kimono. So I have my kimono here, I have my haori, I have a hangi and a hakama over there prepared as well. So I think you can jump right into it. Okay. So one of the great things about kimono is that you guys might know these kimono are originally made from something called a tanmono, yeah, which are these rolled up, basically. It's like probably a bad expression, but when you look at it, it's like a really long, slightly long toilet paper kind of thing, And there's rolls of these fabric, yeah. And these kimono are actually made from those rolls of fabric. So what's really interesting is that I explain many times in my videos, but silk shoken, we call it in Japanese shoken. Silk kimono, you can't wash them on your own. You have to ask professional to do it. So when professionals actually when they wash the shokin kimono, they would actually take all the stitches off and they turn them back into this big square. Yeah. And then they turn it back into a kimono every time to do the washing, actually. So that's how, what should I say? In a way, it's really simple, how the kimonos are made. And it really expresses the Japanese culture, I guess, of these, these foldings and making them really small and compact. That makes sense. It comes from the origami culture, the paper crafting, and so many other things too. How everything like really fits perfectly in space and it stays very small and everything convenient. Yeah, I guess you can say it appears also like in tea ceremony too. All the tools, how they like fit each other and stuff, and you can put them into this small box to carry them. Yeah, and stuff like that too. But anyways, yeah. So the kimono too is really, really interesting. Yep. All right. I was gonna ask that because I bought a silk kimono. Oh, did you? Does dry cleaning work? I doubt they have anywhere in America. Dry clean probably will not work. I think it'll make the fabric very bad. So to be honest, Vincent, yeah, for silk kimono, I think the best thing you can do is to not to get it dirty, and always wear like a juban so you don't make it dirty as much as possible. Yeah, because even for us Japanese people, even if we do have options for washing them, they're really really expensive. Sometimes they're more expensive than the kimono, just like for katanas, guys you want to have them sharpened, yeah, they're sometimes as or even more expensive than the actual katanas. So, all right. Same for Europe. I don't know where to wash my silk kimono. Even Japanese people don't know where to wash their silk kimono in Japan, so it's really difficult. But anyways, okay. So first of all, guys, again, there's different ways of tying and putting the kimono on, but also for the folding too. So what I'm doing right now is my style, how I study it through books and through my senseis. But there are some people, if you can see me right now, yeah, I have my kimono in front of me, like this, with the what should I say, the next side on my right. But some people have it on the opposite way, just like how some people would tie their obi clockwise or counterclockwise. This, I believe, wouldn't matter, to be honest. So whichever is comfortable for you is fine. Okay. So when you have this kimono and you place it on the floor like this, I hope you can see me. Oh, it's actually not that bad. Be good. All right. So you can first of all see both of the front sides must have this line here where it folds neatly, both sides like this. There's this, all these want to have this line here, right here, where you can fold it, and it should look like this. And the color, you can see that the back of the neck, yes, you can bring it inward. You bring it inwards like this, fold it inwards, then it should turn into this shape here. So far, so good, guys? Okay. All right. Then once you get to this point, I really love folding kimono. By the way, it just fits so naturally, everything. Oh my gosh. I wear this summer kimono so often that it's starting to start to destroy it. Now, from here, you actually match these collars together. So let's see, from here, you bring the other end over here and you match them. Do you guys see what just happened? Yeah. Okay, so let me open it up again. There you go. It was originally here. Okay, so like this, and then you basically, because you can see it's symmetrical, you bring the other color to this side. You have the the back of the neck folded inwards like this, not outwards, but inwards. And you bring all of this to this side here. Okay? So the two 80 are completely together. And this side, this ball, yes, you put them together like this. Okay? So far so good, guys? Okay? Then once these parts are matching, the other side comes all the way over to this side as well. So that means you catch the other end sleeve, you bring it all the way over here, and you match it. Same thing, hold the end. And now the sekyushin we always talk about, the center of the back should be right here at this end here. And now it should be folded in half. Oh, yeah, amazing. Michael, have you already practiced this on your own? Yeah, you're doing really good. Awesome, awesome. Okay, then from here, it's really simple. These sleeves, yeah, you put them over the top again. Yeah. The bottom sleeve, you put it under. Okay? You put this under. So this is a little bit difficult. Try to hold all the layers so it doesn't get messy. And you try to put this sleeve under everything like this. Does that make sense? Yeah. So basically, it was opened up like this, and this, the top side, you flip it over like this side, you flip it over the other side. Okay. So if it was like this, and this. Okay, then it's really simple. From here, you just fold it into one third. So you bring the top up like this. Okay. And some people, by the way, would put this in here, and they would put the sleeve over the top. I think this is probably the most neat way to do it. So you have the whole body part under a sleeve like this. Then it turns into this very neat rectangle. This is one of the things I love so much about kimono, right, Vincent? Yeah, kimono origami. Exactly. Now, officially, this is where the folding of the kimono ends. But to be honest, like for people like me who have too many kimono at their home, folding it like this, yeah, you might not have enough space to do it. So officially, it's not good. It's not good because you'll create folds on unneeded places. But I, to be honest, do one more fold here and stack them up like this, like this. Yeah. Now, officially, it's not a good thing to do, though. It is best if you have enough space. There's actually, in Japan, there's specific closets, for kimono. They have like quite some width, so you would keep kimono in there like this. Or sometime, the ones that, like, for example, you buy at shops and such, they don't even fold it this much. Sometimes they're opened up. We call these certain types of these paper, not bags, but like almost like these cases where you put these kimono in. They would have it like in like this. So the maximum officially would be two here. Okay. All right. So you really just have to follow the folds of the kimono naturally, and you should be able to get here. Okay. All right. Perfect. Then, just for those of you who are training in Budo and such, now you might have these styles of kimono too. We call hangi or hakamashita, these short ones. They only go up to the center of your thigh. Yeah. This, of course, was originally it's made in the same style as a long hakama. We call kinagashi or nagagi. So you could fold it in the same way, but you could do it a little bit more simply too, by the way. Yeah. Left over the right. If you wanted to, it's totally fine. So this goes inwards like this. And let's say you place it on the floor like this, okay? Your hangi, akamashita. Like a lot of your dogi would be like this too. Here we go. Wait, just a little bit more. Okay. This is, by the way, one of my favorite originally yukata, but I've cut it to a hangi length and I wear it as a summer kimono, but it's a very, very typical famous design in Japan we call kamawanu. You guys ever heard of this before? You can see, okay, Ichiden Ryu trainees, you know what kama is, right? Right. Sickle, right? So you see these sickles on the design? Yeah, these sickles. And also there is the kama. So wa, nu. Yeah, wa is circle, is wa actually, or loop, I guess you could say, is wa in Japanese. And then you have the hiragana nu right here. Kama, wa, nu is the design. This is actually, I totally forgot which kabuki actor what was, but it was one of the most famous kabuki actors during the Edo period, and this was his design that he created. So Kamawanu literally means I don't care. And that really expresses the kabuki way. Because kabuku was originally the verb for kabuki. Yeah. Kabuku literally means to be strange, to be unusual, some not normal was what kabuki originally meant. So that's the reason why they were very unique people that would have makeup on their faces and be performing on the streets to entertain people in the past. Now kabuki is seen more like a traditional culture and it needs to be done this way. Everything is strict, but in the past it was more they were more like idols basically. Yeah. So there were famous, popular men kabuki actors that would have their fans, kind of stuff. Yeah. So they would actually be, let's just say, the ones leading the fashion too during Edo period Japan. So one of the designs that the kabuki actors created is this kamawanu. Yeah. So I think among all the traditional designs for yukata, I think kamawanu might be one of the most famous ones. Yeah. Okay. Now, with that said, so the hangi, you could have it out like this, and very, very simple. You just put the sleeve, fold it over like this, okay? And the one side of the sleeve that went over, you fold it back until this line matches here. Okay. The first time you fold it, you can see it doesn't go to the collar here, just this much. And the other side, you do the same. So you fold it over here, and it goes to about the shoulder. Okay, this side too. Make a line. Then you see there is a line here as well. So pull it back. And 1/3. Okay. 1/3. Fold it. Same thing for the other side. This too. Okay. So you could fold it like this as well if you wanted to. Now, I think most dolgi, the training gear, are meant to be folded like this. So folding like this wouldn't be a problem either. This is difficult for the nanagi though, for the long ones. Yeah, of course, if you have them in the long state, usually it's a really good kimono that you have, right? So you don't want to fold it, yeah, the non-traditional way in the first place. Yeah. And also having to bring the other side over the top and such is a little bit difficult. So this is specifically for the hangi. Okay. You could do it this way as well. And by the way, if you're doing this together with me right now, and if you're not able to catch up, that's totally fine because the archive videos are free to watch as well. So you can look back at the video if you want to do. You can do slow motion, and you can rewatch anytime. So, all right, the pattern is awesome. Thank you, Vincent. I totally. Ishini trainees, can I tell you something? I have my own kimono brand, right? I have my own men's kimono brand. I have two of my first designs that are both based on Asayama Ichiden Ryu, and they're almost completed. The first version came out, and the kimono factory, but the manufacturers already said, this didn't come out so well, so we're gonna be redoing it, no extra cost, and they're redoing it right now. But there's this new design that I'm thinking, and it's kind of based on Kamawanu. So it's basically a picture, a character, and a symbol. Yeah. So is the what should I say? The pattern for Kamawanu, and there's a lot of other ones too. Yeah. There's a really interesting kabuki actor that made this pattern called Kamaimasu with a different masu is like, oh my god, it's really hard. Have you guys ever seen these boxes where we have sake from? Yeah, those are called masu. They're small boxes. Those are actually originally to count rice. Yeah. So one isho, nisho, for example, you would count using those rice. You would put the rice in, you would cut it off and be like, okay, this is one show of rice. Okay, this is another masu of rice, and you would use that. And then because use that to measure the amount of rice, they started to use it for sake too, because sake is made from rice too, to celebrate it, you know? So this masu can read masu. So there was this different kabuki actor that went the other way on purpose to be funny. Yeah. And he had this design saying kama imasu, which means I do care. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm a person who does care, kind of thing. So a super, famous charismatic kabuki actor said kama wanu. Yeah, it was this. A few generations later, there was this different kabuki actor that says kamaimasu, I do care. So I think that's really interesting. But anyways, if you guys remember, there was this story that Six Sensei shared with us. He talked about how EI is something that's really hard to understand. It needs to be unpredictable for the opponent. It cannot stop in between. Everything needs to flow. And there was this old poem that we say that iai jutsu is the same as the balls that you dribble, yeah, and the winds of the willow leaves that have winds on them. They would move like this because willow leaves and the branches are hanging like this. So that's what iaijutsu is like. Yeah. So the wind blows. Yes, and it's the ball that you're dribbling. Yeah. I thought it'd be really cool if I can put these yanagi, which is the willow, yeah, with the kanji character yanagi, yeah, and then the mari would be it could be just a circle, like an insole, it could be a circle, and then the I could have like a picture of a katana, and it could represent that story, and I could have it like in the Kamawanu design, like I showed you right now. Yeah. I was thinking that could be really cool. People who know the poem will be able to understand what that design is about and it represents what we're training in, So I thought that design would be really cool too. Totally unneeded story, but all right. Then, to be honest, it is the same thing. Yeah, it is the same thing, but I do have a Haori here, so let me show you quickly how to do the Haori too. It's nothing's different to be honest, but all right. I'm having so much fun recently thinking of these new kimono designs. They're going to be really cool. And I want it to be something that's not too obvious, because does that make sense, guys? I want it to be something that only the people who really know what's going on understands what the design is about, kind of thing. That would kind of turn into our language. Yeah. Even if you don't actually speak each other's language, it'll be something like that. So that's what I really like. So for the Haori, only this collar part you fold in like this. Earlier, you had some part of the kimono folded in over it as well, right? But the Haori, you just have this, and you can see the collar turns into the same shape automatically if you do both sides. And we do the same thing. Okay, you bring the other side over here, fold it in, match the collars like this. Next, the sleeves, bring it over here, match the sleeves like this. Okay, then you put the top over the bottom underneath. Then again, this part can go in here, the sleeve over the top, and it's done. See? I'm pretty sure you probably understood it's the same thing. Yeah. So now you have the kimono and the haori, and you can put them together like this and take a look. They are exactly, sorry, summer kimono are super slippery. You put them together, they're the exact same size, right? So they can be stacked up like this in a very, very beautiful way. All right. Then, now that we know how to do the nagagi and the haori folding, let's move on to the hakama. Now, because I, of course, take care of my kimono very carefully, you can see you can find this in my house. So I thought this is a perfect occasion for me to fold my hakama. Take care of my kimono very well. Yes. Here we go. Summer hakama, by the way, guys, it's really rare. You don't find summer hakama that often, even in men's kimono shops and such. Because it's see-through, it might be hard to see, but you can actually see through the fabric. Can you see my hand? Might be able to. Yeah. I only have two of these. I have almost 20 different types of hakama in my house, and only two of them are the summer hakama. And I really want to have more, but they're really expensive because they're not like, what should I say? You need to have them. Most cases, you need to have them tailored, so it's really rare. But anyways, I have this umanori style hakama. So there's actually a what do you say? A part where the left leg and the right leg are separated. How would you call this, guys? Can you let me know in the chat? Like in I don't even know how to say it in Japanese. Basically, it's like pants, right? It's separated at a certain point. What do you call that part that starts to separate the two legs? Vincent, when you have any super flashy designs like Kasada Sunshine, he always had wild kimono in your podcast. Oh, absolutely. Oh, partition. Okay, okay, okay. Inseam? Is that Vincent? Inseam partition. Oh, partition makes sense. All right. So this is the umanori style, anyways. So if it doesn't have the partition, it will be the andon style. The andon style um is more of a modern style. Yeah. So traditionally the samurais would wear these umanori style because they would have to ride horses, actually. Yeah. The andon style is like kind of like a more casual, easy style because you just put your legs in and it doesn't matter where your legs are. Yeah. So most hakama should be this shape. If you're training in Budo, with me, then this is the type of hakama you'll be wearing, right? So this is the way you're going to be, how we're going to be learning to fold this today. So first of all, you have we call this the koshita or seita, we call it. Ita means board, by the way. So you put this under your chin. Oh, you can't see me, can you? You put this under your chin, and the partition we were talking about earlier, you fold it to the right. You put it into the right, it sits flat. Does that make sense, guys? I can't show you from this camera angle, but you have the partition and you fold it at the middle so it turns flat. Okay, this is a really important part. Of course, the most important part that you have to do. Fold it in at the middle and put it together like this. Okay. Some people teach it a different way. They skip this process that I'm doing right now and do it and do everything on the floor. But from my point of view, it's really, really difficult to understand which fold goes where without doing this. So, and you have it flat. So I personally always teach it this way. And then you first have the back side up like this. Okay. So during summer, I'm always wearing this or the other Hakama. So this Hakama is actually pretty have a lot of stains and such because you wear all the time. Okay, so now the back part, let's fix the folds, okay? To be sure all the folds are nice and clean. Okay, very simple. The back only has two folds, so andon is a skirt. Exactly, Manuel. Thank you. That's right. Umanori is like baggy pants. All right, so now once you have the back, this is also important too. When you need to flip it over to the front side, what's really important is that you need to hold all these folds together, all these folds here. So it doesn't, of course, get messy when you flip it over. If you just turn it over without holding these parts, then it's completely meaningless. The first two processes that you did. So you have to hold here so it doesn't get loose. Okay. The other parts, it's okay to let go. You're going to be folding it later. So once you catch here, you flip it over to this side. Now I've seen people doing these comma folding in different ways, but now, once you get to the front side, same thing. From the inner folds, you start fixing them. One layer, second layer, like this. Okay. When you're folding kimono, you really can, let's just say, clear your mind. I really like the time I folding. When I have like a lot of kimono to fold, sometimes you're just really tired. You come home and just keep it on the floor, and you have to clean up everything the next day. I really like listening to music and just having a time to kind of clear my mind and reflect on what I'm doing recently and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, if you get used to it, folding a kimono takes like a minute. Yeah, hachama, same thing, maybe like 2 minutes. Yeah, this is a really nice time that I don't have to think about anything else. I guess you could call it kind of like a not so much, but like a short-term meditation kind of thing. And it feels really good because it turns into a nice shape at the end. Okay, so now another point. Yeah. So you have all the folds nicely like this. Yeah. And traditionally for the hakama, you would hold this part here, all these folds that you folded, and you bring it up and you have it folded here. Again, 1/3. Okay. And then the other side, same thing. Okay, same thing. You fold it up and turns into this shape like this. Okay. And you would tie the rest of the strings. And I'm pretty sure you're guessing right now, but that is right. Take a look. The Haori and the kimono that we folded earlier, exactly the same size. See? Yeah. This is what's really beautiful about the kimono. So it just turns everything, the whole outfit turns into this rectangle shape, basically. So it's really, really nice. I like it so much. So traditionally, this is the way you would um, fold a hakama like this. After you clean up all the folds, you fold it again to 1/3. Okay, here we go. And that's the way you would do it. However, as I said earlier, having the kimono and the haori over there too in a rectangle shape like that actually is pretty big. So what you could do, especially with Budo Hakama, the fabric is much stronger. So you could fold in the sides here vertically, like this, and then you could fold it up and turn more into a square shape like this. Okay, guys, can you give me 1 second? I need to ask my wife to bring me a glass of water. Hold on. Was pleat the word you were looking for? Google says puritsu. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Nice. So you say pleat in English? Thank you, Vincent. All right. So again, so back to the story of the comma. You could do it like this. Yeah, you could do it like this, but if you have like really good hakama, like the if you purchase a shimabakama, yeah, the one with the vertical stripes you would wear with the monsuke hakama. Such thank you, honey. Nice throw. You don't want to do this because it'll add an extra line, so say a folding line to your hakama. So if you have like a really good hakama, I wouldn't recommend doing it. Yeah, but if it's like a everyday wear kind of thing, yeah, and or if it's like for your training hakama, such it's much more convenient to fold in the sides like this until they match at the center, and then fold it up later. I personally do this for 99% of my hakama. I only have one hakama that it's especially really good for like really good occasions, and that's like the only time when I don't do this. Okay, all right, so here we are. Either way is fine. So you could do it the official way, doing it, making it to square like this is fine too. If you ever bought hakama from Tozando or such, they would come to your house like this, I think. Yeah. So all right, now from here is a little bit complicated. So we need to practice little by little together. If you haven't never done this before, how to get rid of all this. Okay. All right. So first of all, I'm so sorry that you're. It's kind of opposite for you. So it might be hard to see, but I'll do it slowly. Okay. First of all, the strings. There's four strings, right? And the top two that's coming out from the koshita, as you can see, are shorter. So you put these away to the side, up away. Okay. And you deal with these, the longer ones first. So please, first of all, fold the longer strings until they're short. Okay. Fold it once, fold it twice, and cross it over the hakama. As you can see me, right? Good, good, good. Okay. The other side is the same. Go, fold, and fold again, and make an X. Okay. Michael, do you know how to do this already? Yes, maybe. You know everything already. Nice. Okay. All right. So now once you get this X, from here might be a little bit complicated due to the angle of the camera, but you wrap these around the X. Okay. So these shorter ones. You first, okay, put everything over the top like this on the if this is the left side of the string, then you have it on the left side of the X, by the way. It goes down over here, over the top, and then it goes under everything. under everything on the left side. Put it over the top, and then it goes under. You're able to go. The lighting's not bad actually. You can see it, I think. Yeah. So you put everything. You put the string over the X, and then under the X, and the second time it goes over this way, and it matches the X going diagonally down, and it goes over, yeah, the other line. Oh my gosh, this is so hard to explain. Yeah, this is why I don't make video so often about how to fold a comic. It's so hard to explain. Yeah, like this. And then once it goes over one of the strings lines, it goes under it and goes up. Okay? Might be hard. Okay. Over the top everything, over, under, over, under. Okay? Over, under, over, under. Okay? So let me just do it one more time for those of you watching the archive too. Maybe sideways. You think I could do it this way? Maybe. I try my best to not be in front of the camera. Yeah. Again, this goes over the top of everything. There we go. Yep. And then under everything. Okay. So again, this is the X. So it goes over top line of the X. Now it matches this line here. Yeah. And then it goes under just the top line, and it comes here. Okay. All right. Then you still have these guys popping out. So what you do is you go to the other side of the X this time, finally. So this string actually matches this line here, and it goes under this. Goes under this, and you bring it here. The leftover string, you fold it under the first X, like this, okay? All right, this side comes here, match this line, goes under here, pass it through, and under here like this. Did that make sense, guys? Okay. Hopefully. Maybe I went a little bit too fast here. Hold on. I could go back just one time. Yep. All right. And don't worry again, as I said earlier, the archive is going to be available for you to watch anytime. So, hey, so you ended up like this. The right side goes to the left side. Under the loop. Okay, match the line. Leftover string goes under the bundle of the strings. The other side the same. Comes over here to this side, goes under the string here, pass it through, and over here. So now you have this beautiful knot. This is really, really good. It's strong. Even if you move it around a little bit, yeah, it keeps the strings together. So, and I can say this from my experience, but doing these folds for the string, especially once you start getting used to wearing kimono and you have a lot of hakama and such, it gets really tiring having to do this every single time. But I recommend you doing it. Yeah, in the long run, yeah. If you don't tie your strings up like this every time and you start stacking up your hakamas, for example, yeah, it gets messy very easily. Every time you try to take one hakama out, everything comes together. So you have to have an avalanche every time to try to take one of your hakama out. So yeah, even if it's a hassle, yeah, at that point when you take off your hakama, and have to fold it, in the long run, it's absolutely better. Yeah, to keep the hakama in good condition to make this knot. Yeah, it's best. It's better for the hakama. It's also absolutely better for you too. So okay, all right. Over under. That's right. Manuel, what is your summer hakama made of, polyester? I think it was polyester. I think this one should be polyester. It wasn't that expensive, so if it was silk, I'm pretty sure it would be more expensive. I think, yeah, I'm sure it's polyester. Yep. All right, then, guys, I hope you were able to successfully fold all your kimonos and hakama like this. Okay, was it good? Do you have any questions before we go? I think that'd be okay for today. I really wish I could check how you guys were doing, but I can check the obis, but it's hard to check the foldings because once it turns into a square, I don't know what happened inside. So, do you roll or fold your obi? Oh, that's a good question. I don't have an obi right now. Hmm. Most cases, I could take off the one I have mine, but you just fold it basically. Yeah, you don't roll it. Yeah, so you just keep on folding and folding and folding it until it's about the length of this width, this side, like this. Yeah, good question. Thank you. Chadwick, how do you clean silk hakama if it gets dirty? Again, it's the same for the silk kimono too. In Japan, as well, you need to take it to a professional to clean it for you. Especially in Kyoto, there's actually quite a lot of them, but there are professional kimono cleaners, I guess you could say. They're different from regular cleaning shops. So you'd have to go there to ask them to clean it. So even for Japanese people, it's actually quite expensive and it takes a lot of time too. Sometimes you might have to wait for a while. So yeah, if you ever have a chance to come to Japan, yeah, just it's not just to clean your kimono, of course, but Automation New Trainings have an opportunity to come to Japan once in a while. So you could bring it to Japan at that point. I'd be happy to point you out to the best shops that I know of. So that's how difficult it is to take care of silk kimono, and that's the reason why I often recommend polyester or denim. Yeah, it's so much easier. You can wash it at home, and you can keep it clean and such. So silk kimono, of course, I have a lot of them too. But most cases, they're the higher ranking kimono. First of all, silk itself is, in terms of rank of the kimono, is actually already very high. So it's only when I am invited to like a formal party, like a ceremony or stuff like that. Like I take part in tea ceremonies like two times maximum, like three or four times a year. Yeah, but that's like the special occasions where I would wear silk. And I'm very terrified because you have to eat and drink. During tea ceremony, you have to wear a silk kimono. You might destroy it in one shot, and especially if it's raining too. Yeah, you'll destroy your kimono as well. So that's another difficult part. Yeah, very delicate. Mhm. All right. That Yukata website you recommended sold mainly silk kimono. They had some really nice designs though. Exactly, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. Silk kimono are considered. This is another topic that I want to discuss at some point, but what should I say? There are certain people who would want to be especially environmental friendly, and they say that, like for example, polyester kimono are not natural, so they don't. What should I say? Um, Please help me out. When you like silk kimono, if you have it, it kind of would. Oh my gosh, not what's the right word? If you put it, give it back to earth, kind of thing. Not recyclable, but bold gradable, blood gradable. I'm gonna look that word up. Thank you, but I'm sure you guys will understand what it means, right? Yeah, like plastic doesn't. You often see. So polyester kimono, yeah, it will stay this way, like plastic, like garbage. If you have it in the ground, it's gonna stay there, kind of thing. So some people are against polyester, you know, and that kind of prevents a lot of kimono shops. There's some certain people who would literally like go up to these shops and say that you're making polyester kimono, you're doing something that's not friendly for the environment. But from my point of view, I think there's like it's really controversial, but like if silk kimono, of course, are made from silk, so that means you have to have these I don't have any I have no clue how to call them, but you have these insects that would create the silk for their, you know, and you have to for one silk kimono, you actually have to use about I believe about 2,000 of these insects. And in Japan too, it's very rare now, but we still do it. And recently, it's we Japan too imports them from China. We have bigger lands, and they have like these factories of these insects, and they take the silk from them. So like silkworms, thank you. Yeah. So so making kimono from silk takes away these silkworms' lives, obviously. Yeah. So It's like, if you take care of polyester kimono very well, you can wash them, you can reuse them, and it's, you know, unless you just litter them on the ground, it's not going to go anywhere. So I think it's, I personally really think yeah, I really like wearing polyester and denim kimono. My personal opinion, yeah. But that's one of the reasons why some shops can't sell polyester or other fabric kimono on their websites because they sometimes have backlash from such people. Yeah. All right. Biodegradable. Thank you so much. So many words that I need to study. 生分解性 or maybe 生分解性. Google gave two translations. Yeah, in Japanese, yes, that would be the way you say it. Yep. The bad thing is the worms are cooked within their cocoons. Cocoons. Thank you. That was the word I was looking for too. To get the silk. Exactly, exactly. They have to bring it up to a certain temperature and humidity to be able to take it off neatly. Otherwise, the worms themselves try to rip through the silk that they made. And if you do that, we can't get it. So you need to actually get one string at a time and make a roll from it. And one kimono takes about a few thousand of these worms. So it's a bit painful at the same time. Yeah. So all right. Then, guys, thank you so much. I think that'd be perfect. If you have any questions, yeah, please let me know. Again, you can send me a message, or if you're watching the archive, you can leave a comment to let me know. Okay. I think yes. I think this would probably cover all of everything you need to know about folding kimonos and commas. So, all right. Thank you so much. Then I'll look forward to seeing you next week. What should we do next week? I had someone asking me on my Instagram story about how to the best way to wear a training gear, like a dogi with the hakamas, I could do that next week. So basically, I could talk about the best way to tie the kakobi, what's most recommended for when you train widow, the best way to wear the hakama, yeah, not in the formal way, but for your training. There's a certain way. I actually have a couple of tips for choosing the right colors and stuff too. So I could do that next week, and I could talk a little bit about I'm sure most of you guys know, of course, but I could talk a little bit about how to tie the outer obi too. Yeah. Maybe uchimonji? You mean ichimonji? Yeah. When you're wearing the training gear, you don't do the ichimonji. Though I usually recommend the musubikiri, or we say koma musubi, which is the easiest way. Not people know about that though. They don't do it that way anymore. So mhm. Um, I always ask myself, how do I wear a madori hakama over a normal kimono? Yeah, that is a very good question too. Okay. Yeah. Next week, I might do the training gear lesson, and then the week after that, we could try out doing the. I could teach the ichimonji musubi for the front knot of the hakama, as I explained to you, Manuel, how you wear the hakama over the long kimono. There's actually three different ways to do it. Three different ways to do that too. So, and I usually just do the very first one, which is unbelievably simple. So. All right. Okay, then, guys, thank you so much for your time. I think it's about time I'll get going then. I will go and do some of my self training for SMH Shinryu and go watch the movie we were talking about last week, Kokupo, the National Treasure. It's a story about Kabuki. It's about 3 hours long, but it's what should I say? It's been reviewed very, very high, and everyone's talking about it in Japan. So, and my wife already went to watch it once, but she said she wants to watch again. I'm like, okay, if you say so. I haven't watched it yet, so I'll go together. They're gonna go watch that movie. I'll let you guys know how it was. Okay. Hey guys, thank you so much. I'll see you next week. And those of you who are taking the Japanese lessons, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Okay? Thanks so much. Bye bye. Please enjoy your day. If it's nighttime, good night. Okay? Thanks so much. Bye.